Hi knitters, I feel like I have neglected you, but I have been very busy knitting away on Wyeth and am almost finished. I'm down to doing the last sleeve. I'll try it on here in a little bit so that you get to see it. But I want to specifically talk about today the bottom edging of the garment. If you've come down through the design part of the garment, then you are ready to add that knit one, purl one edge on the bottom. And I'll grab my sweater here and show you on the bottom here. You'll have this edging that you're going to be adding to your pattern. Now the instructions tell you to go ahead and switch to a smaller needle. If you used a size 7, then you're going to go down to a size 6. Just so happens I swatched and got gauge at a size 6, so that made me to go down to a size 5 for that ribbing. If you don't use a smaller needle on the ribbing, then what happens is it tends to wing out and it doesn't come in and lay nicely against the body. It has kind of a bell shape or kind of an expanded look, so your garment might come down and then wing out towards the bottom. So it is a good idea to do that, especially on your hats. It's a really important idea to lower that needle size on that ribbing so that you don't get that flare or get an altered fit. Now specifically, Alicia has you doing a stretchy bind off, and there's a reason for that. Because when you block your garment, what's going to happen is if it doesn't have stretch in it, then your garment may block out bigger than what it can, and so you're stuck by that bind off that is stuck at a certain dimension. So if it's stretchy and you need to get a little extra size in your garment, you can pull it out more if you use that kind of bind off. Now the one that she recommends using is lacy bind off. And it is knit 2 stitches. Then you're going to slip your 2 stitches back to your left-handed needle. Knit those 2 stitches together through the back loop. We've done that many times. You're just going to be sticking your needle in the back side instead of the front side and knit those 2 together. Then you're going to keep, it's almost like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's a back and forth step process, but it does a real nice, leaves you with a real nice edging. Now if you're uncomfortable with that, I personally did a regular bind off. I knew to make it just a little bit, I didn't want to pull it quite so tight, so I was able to make it on the stretchy side, and I'm pretty happy with how my bind offs come out. But take that in mind. Reflect back on what you've done. Do you bind off too tightly? If you do, then you're going to need to do this lacy bind off. You can always do a little swatch, do a little test and see. You can even go ahead and start binding off on your garment. I've done that before, and then ripped back when I thought, this is just not going to get the stretch that I think that it needs, or it's not going to lay smoothly. So you can play with it. There's no right or wrong way to do some of these things. The end product is what we're looking for. So go ahead, get those smaller needles out, knit 1, purl 1, rib. Says for about 1.5 inches. I think I went 2 inches. I wanted to gain just a little bit more length there, which is probably going to alter the amount of yarn that I have left, so I could be cutting it close on this last sleeve. Now before we're finished here, I want to go ahead and try on my Wyeth and show you how it's looking so far. And I've got 1 sleeve done. I've got a lot of my ends woven in. Let me get my yarn that's attached all figured out here. And also in the meantime, I'm going to tell you about this handy dandy little bag that I've made. It's really cool. It just slips right up onto your arm. My yarn ball is inside of here, and so I can knit right from this bag. The only thing is I'm working on the sleeve on this side, so it needs to be on this arm. But I'm going to stand back, adjust my computer just a little bit, so you can get a good look at how this cardigan is turning out. I'm pulling it down because it's not been blocked, stretching it out. I'm loving the fit, and I have obviously gone ahead and done the front edges on mine. I'm going to do a separate video on how to pick up stitches for those front edges. That'll be more of a close-up, so you'll be able to see exactly where to put your needle in and grab those stitches out. But if you have let this project go cold, warm it back up, get busy, you can do it, and I'll see you back for the front edging. Bye.